शुभप्रभात. माझे नाव सिद्धिप्रदा आहे. मी केंद्रीय विद्यालय बौद्धचा विद्यार्थी आहे. आज मी एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत अंतर्गत महाराष्ट्राच्या इतिहासाबद्दल सांगणार आहे. Before we move forward, we should know something about the state Maharashtra. Maharashtra is a state in the western region of India. It is India's third most populous state and third largest state by area, and includes the most major cities like Mumbai, Pune, Nasik, and Nagpur. The region that comprises the state has a long history dating back to the 4th century BCE, although the present day state was not established until 1960 CE. Maharashtra was historically the name of a region which consisted of Aparanta, Vidarbha, Mulak, Asaka, and Kuntala. Tribal communities of Bhil people inhabited this area, also known as Dandakarnya, in ancient times. There was also an ancient race called Ratha who referred to themselves as Maratha. The name Maharashtra first appeared in the 7th century in the account of contemporary Chinese traveler Huan In the early modern period, the region of Maharashtra came under the rule of several Islamic dynasties, including the Deccan Sultanates and Mughal emperors. For part of 17th century and most of 18th century, the region became a base of the Maratha Empire, which conquered large part of India before being defeated by the British. The British ruled parts of Maharashtra for more than a century until 1947. After independence from the British, the state of Maharashtra was formed in 1960 after a prolonged campaign to create a Marathi-speaking state in the 1950s. Chhatrapati Shivaji was the founder of modern Maratha Empire. His policies were instrumental in forging a distinct identity for the Marathi-speaking people. He was born Shivaji Bhosle as a member of the Bhosle clan sometime in the period 1627 to 1630. Shivaji first carved out an enclave from the declining Adilshahi Sultanate of Bijapur that performed the genesis of Maratha Empire. In 1674 he was formally crowned as the Chhatrapati of his realm at Raigad. However, to achieve this he not only had to fight the Mughals and the Adil Shahi but also many Maratha Watandars. Shivaji was an able administrator and established a government that includes such modern concepts as a cabinet, foreign affairs, and internal intelligence. He established an effective civil and military administration, built a powerful navy, and erected new forts and strengthened old ones on the west coast of Maharashtra. He died around 3 April 1680 of dysentery. After Shivaji died, Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb launched an attack on Marathas that led to a war lasting 27 years. The death of Aurangzeb in 1707 ended the war and initiated the decline of Mughal Empire. British colonial period 1818 to 1947 CE. The East India Company controlled Mumbai beginning in the 17th century and used it as one of their main trading posts. The company slowly expanded areas under its rules. During the 18th century, their conquest of Maharashtra was completed in 1818 with the defeat of Peshwa Bajirao II in the Third Anglo-Maratha War. The British rule. The British ruled for more than a century and brought huge changes in every aspect of life for a people of the Maharashtra region. Areas that correspond to present-day Maharashtra were under direct or indirect British rule, first under the East India Company and then from 1858 under the British Crown. Under this era, the Maharashtrian region era was divided into the Mumbai Presidency, Berar, Central Provinces, Hyderabad State, and various princely states such as Kolhapur, Miraj. People from Maharashtra played an important part in the social and religious reform movement as well as the nationalist movement of the late 19th and early 20th century. Notable civil society bodies founded by Marathi leaders during 19th century included the Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, the Prarthana Samaj, Arya Mohila Samaj, and Satya Sodhak Samaj. The Sarvajanik Sabha took an active part in relief efforts during the famine of 1875 to 76 and is considered the forerunner of the Indian National Congress established in 1885. The most prominent personalities of Indian nationalism in the late 19th and early 20th century Gopal Krishna Gokhale and Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who were on opposite sides of the political spectrum, were both from Pune. Tilak was instrumental in using Shivaji and Ganesh worship to forge a collective Maharashtrian identity for Marathi people. The Marathi social reforms of the colonial era include Mahatma Jyotirao Phule and his wife Savitri Phule, Justice Ranade, feminist Tarabai Shinde, Dhondo Kesab Karve, Bithal Ramji Shinde, and Pandita Ramabai. Jyotirao Phule was a pioneer in opening schools for girls and Marathi Dalit caste. Another notable Marathi figure of the time was Doctor Ambedkar, who led the campaign for the rights of Dalit, a caste that included his own Mahar caste. Ambedkar disagreed with mainstream leaders like Gandhi on issues including untouchability, the comment system, and the partitions of India. He initiated the Dalit Buddhist movement, creating a new school of Buddhism called Navayana and leading to Dalit movement that still endures. As the nation's first law and justice minister, Ambedkar played a pivotal role in writing the Constitution of India and is considered the father of the Indian Constitution. Although the British originally used India simply as a source of raw material for the factories of England, by the end of the 19th century a modern manufacturing industry was developing in the city of Mumbai. The main product was cotton and bulk of workforce in these mills was from western Maharashtra, specifically from the coastal Konark region. The census recorded for the city in the first half of the 20th century showed that nearly half the population of the city listed Marathi as their mother tongue. That's all from my side. Thank you for listening me patiently.